Haha, you work day, you don't got shit. Thank you for working so hard so I can be home all day, free. I can use my EBT. Go to work for me, white boy, white girl. Yeah, go to work for me, you fucking white animals. Fucking work for me. Yeah, you fucking work for me. And the U.S. government they work for me. All of you work for me. Now go to work. Pay them taxes. Take care of me and my people. Alright? This is my land. I control this place. This is my reality. You all gonna be in chains.
Most of the people that we meet, especially African Americans, they don't even know their fathers. They don't even know their fathers. It was
Breaking news. Wake up, wake up. It is like 7 o'clock in the morning on a news update Sunday. The Somalians are over here demanding that they get reparations. The scammers next to the Nigerians, the next set of scammers in this country are demanding that they get reparations because they don't like the fact that ICE came into their neighborhoods. Now, keep in mind that these are mostly TPS refugees and only a selection of them are naturalized citizens or birthright citizens, shall we say, because a lot of them were anchor baby descendants. Yes, anchor baby descendants. And so reparations, aren't these the same groups that was sitting over here saying that Black Americans were lazy? Oh, let's just take a look at these videos.
Of small business owners, not those who makes 200,000 and above. We don't make that much amount. And we have been suffering since the crisis of ICE.
Members of Minnesota's Somali community are demanding reparations following ICE enforcement actions they say caused trauma. The call has sparked sharp debate online. Should reparations be considered in cases like this?
Deserve safety. We need also justice for those who lost their lives defending the community.
I'm sorry, what? Interesting, because I do recall that, Black Americans have been stating that we need reparations for actual work that we were never paid for, not saying that we should get paid because the government came in and basically cleaned motherfucking house. I don't know, but I do recall there was a news story about them finding a whole bunch of Somalians that were siphoning money all the way back to Somalia. But once again, here we have another group of ungrateful immigrants that come to this country and then demand our government pay them, but had no demands for their own government in Somalia. I think it's really interesting that a lot of them come over here and they cosplay the oppression of Black people, and they even use the words that we use. Is there anything that y'all do that you step into this country that is not rooted in just cosplaying Black Americans? Because the last time I checked, the only people that deserve reparations that have never been paid any type of reparations in this country are Black Americans, not motherfucking Somalians. Y'all have really lost y'all's marbles. I am so confused at how you can have so much forehead and so little brain cell. Please make that make sense, because in what world do you think that the government coming in and cleaning house from all the scams from your leering centers equals that you should get reparations? You're talking about, oh, for the people that were because of ICE. Did we forget that these people literally were antagonizing ICE, and nobody's saying that ICE has any right to be the judge, jury, or the prosecutor in the middle of the street? However, let's not act like that y'all are not sitting up here creating this. If anything, the citizens who, while protesting ICE, the blood is on your hands as a community, not on the government's hands whatsoever. Because the last time I checked, y'all are over here because y'all were seeking refuge, because your countries are still allowing people to have little children get married off. Oh, you thought we forgot, but we haven't. So until you start seeking reparations from the place in which you originated from, you get nothing. You've already gotten enough. You've taken, you've pirated. Remember, the original pirates of the ocean are now demanding that our government pay them. Is this a hostage situation? Because that's exactly what it's giving. That kind of news.
I have a serious question, and it may sound sarcastic, but I'm actually being serious. I have a question for all of my Black American brothers and sisters. What are your thoughts on Somalis? The reason why I ask that is because I have a lot of Black friends who were born and raised here in the good old US of A, and of course, I've also seen a lot of videos online of other Black Americans who just do not associate Somalis as Black Americans, in the cultural sense of the word. But I'm curious on what all your thoughts are. Put them down in the comments. Y'all have a good one.
We need to stop this drama between African Americans and Somalis in the States, because I can see both of the arguments. Some Somalis might argue that this drama is being initiated by African Americans, that African Americans interjected themselves into this madness, which is Somali American citizens being attacked by their president simply because of their ethnicity, and many Somalis argued that it is because of their skin color. And this ticked off a lot of African Americans because they said, oh, but didn't you say that you are not black? Well, if you're not black, then you can ask for help because someone is attacking you because of your skin color and stuff like that. But one huge difference that we need to understand is that when Somalis say they are not black, they mean culturally, ethnically, they are not black. Or in other words, they don't identify with their skin color, but the rest of the world identifies them by their skin color. So a Somali can enter a store, and before he entered that store, he was a Somali, but the moment he entered that store clerk followed him around because he saw a teenage black boy. And that is what they mean when they are being targeted because they are black, because of their skin color. However, I also understand the other argument. Many African Americans have a negative view of the Somali community because they feel like they spew derogative terms against certain Africans, against other African people in the diaspora, calling them names like Jarer, where some Somalis will claim that it is not negative, but 9 times out of 10, that name or that slur is being used in a negative term, whether you want to admit that or not. And that is something we definitely need to stop. So what can we do with this knowledge to move forward? Well, African Americans can try to see how other Africans view color and view race from their lenses, and understand that when they mean that they are being treated worse because they are black, it doesn't mean that they identify with the black culture that was made in African Americans in America. They mean that the color of their skin is the reason why they are being treated badly. Whether they identify with being black or not won't change their skin color. That label was made by racial hierarchy. And one thing Somalis can do is to look at the backlash and the strong reactions they are getting from their fellow Africans, including African Americans, and notice that it is rooted in feeling like they are being insulted or feeling like they are being looked at in a different way by Somali communities. And we have to be honest and really dive deep and say, okay, yes, this is true. There are certain things that are being used in a negative way towards African Americans, and we have to definitely look into that. African Americans and Africans at all. We can't just look into it. We have to really stop it. So these are the things.
Look, y'all, I'm about to dead this comment. I'm about to dead it. Somali people know exactly where they come from, unlike some Black Americans who, due to history, may not have clear roots. You thought you ate, but you didn't. Let me tell you something. You are going off the colonial state of mind, brother. Black people in America know exactly where they come from. We know that we're exactly from America. Y'all the ones that think that we just got here 300, 400 years ago. But if you read your history, which I'm about to start giving y'all some history lessons on this live tonight, complete with pictures, references, and the $40,000 books where I get my facts. If you guys would drop your colonial state of mind and do research outside of what colonialism tells you to do, you would know that many, 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 many Black families have been here for thousands of years. Thousands. I'm not talking about hundreds. I'm talking about thousands. I'm talking about when British came to invade back in the 1200s, 1100s, thousands, the 900s. When Britain came to invade, they wrote books about it. They did maps about it. They drew pictures about it. We are from here. And that's the problem, because y'all ain't willing to educate yourself. Y'all just willing to spew out some shit that white people done taught y'all, but that ain't even what it is, baby. My grandma, my particular grandma, her family been down there in Alabama for thousands of years before the invaders. Do you know how many families came to invade our prosperous land that you guys are acting like y'all don't know Black people is from? Do you know? Do you know? 13 families. 13. It took 13 different invasions for us to get here. So y'all really need to educate yourself, because y'all just saying shit that y'all heard, and that's like proves that your mind is just like a receiver. It doesn't even go and find its own information or process. You know what I'm saying? And that's what American education will get you, baby. That's what a colonialized education will get you. But if you research, follow me. Matter of fact, you don't got to follow me. I'm going to do the research and show you the references, baby. Because I'm so tired of this comment. Black people don't know where they're from due to their history. The thing about it is, Black people's history is in their DNA. We're remembering more and more shit every day. We're finding more and more shit every day. Black people, hundreds of us, have researched on our own time. Yeah, I got an associate's degree. Yeah, I got a bachelor's degree. But guess what I've been doing for the last 20 years? Researching my bloodline, researching the history of this planet, researching physics. You need to research all types of shit to figure out if Black people know what they're talking about. Because we do. We do. We do. And yes, there are, I'm not going to like say like, oh, there's no Black people that came over here 400 years ago and was in slavery. Yes, they were. And I don't think they should get reparations, but I'm going to talk about all that on my live tonight at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I hope you're there. I'll be bringing every book I've ever read. I'll be dropping every piece of knowledge. I'll be letting you guys know about all the traps that they're setting up for you. Be there or be square or be dumb. And let me add this little bit of fact in there for you. Y'all be screaming, Somalis know where they from. Somalis know where they from. Somalis know where they from. But they don't. Did you know that? They don't. They don't. You know how many times Somalia has been invaded and the people have been dragged somewhere else on that continent? Do you know how many times that country's been invaded? The people there right now are a mix of Arabs and Black and Asian. Did you know that? That's how many times. That doesn't make them Somalian. Did you know that? That doesn't make them Somalian. That makes them a lost tribe, clinging on to the invaders, like the invaders' nationality, what the invaders called them, what the invaders told them they are. So y'all really need to dead that, because around smart, foundational Black Americans, that should sound like puppy chow. We gonna eat it up every time. I'll see y'all at 5.
Black Americans, don't let these folks convince y'all asses to get out there and care about what ICE doing to these people. Let me say that once again. Do not let these motherfuckers online convince y'all to get out here and protest against ICE. Don't let them guilt you talking about, well, the Somalians, the Mexicans, all the immigrant groups, they stood with us when something happened to George Floyd. So the fuck what? Y'all gotta think during that time, what was going on around that time? COVID was happening around that time. COVID. We were stuck in the house around that time. That's why you've seen a lot of people come out and support that. Why it took George Floyd for people to care? Out of all the people that got unalive prior to George Floyd, that's when all of a sudden Black folks care. When Breonna Taylor got unalive, what did we hear? We ain't hear nothing from these Black folks. When Philando Castillo got unalive, we didn't hear nothing from these Black folks. Even when baby Tamir Rice got unalive, we didn't hear nothing from these Black folks. We didn't even hear nothing with the dude that got choked out in the train by Daniel Penny. Where was they at? Huh? Where was they at? And I'm going to tell y'all something. A lot of my people keep saying, oh, these are immigrants that's making these videos talking about we need to stand with ICE. No, the fuck it is not. Black Americans. These are Black Americans saying this goofy shit. These are Black Americans. These are not tethers. These are not Africans. These are not just Caribbeans or Mexicans. These are Black Americans getting their ass online, doing these lives, talking about we need to fight for these folks. That's what's the problem. See, I ain't finna be delusional. I'm with the delineation movement, but just because I'm delineating, I'm not going to be delusional and a fool. These are Black Americans that's making these goddamn videos trying to have us feel sorry for these people. It doesn't make sense. Y'all like to throw that shit in our face, and so what? They don't care about us. They don't. And they talking about, well, you know, the white folks been trying to put us in slavery. They mad about the Dred Scott and blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? They had all these years to do something to us. Why they haven't done it yet? Why they haven't done it? We always gonna be the first op in white people's eyes. Duh. These people, what these people going through is nothing. These people getting taps on the wrist. We got unalive, drag. People got their genitals cut off. Tarred and feathered, hung. Women got strung on trees, getting their bellies cut and babies falling out that motherfucker and landing on the ground, and you see white folks laughing. This ain't happening to these people, bruh. This is not happening. You're not seeing a bunch of these people getting unalived by the police on camera, on TV. We're not seeing that. There's no immigrant Philando Castillo's getting popped all these times in front of their baby, and we sitting there watching, the whole world watching this man take his last breath. Fuck out of here. Do not fall for these folks, people. Do not fall for it. It's all a lie. It's all a con game. It's all some democratic shit. I ain't gonna call it democratic shit. It's this thing with black people that irk my motherfucking soul. We feel sorry for people. We got this moral spirit within us. That shit is over with. Let them handle their battles, bro. They're not going through nothing. We're going to go through stuff more than they will. Every day, there's something happening to a black American on this land while ICE is still fucking with these folks. Black Americans are still getting targeted, regardless. That's the thing that I don't get. These ICE want us to go against ICE people. Regardless of what's happening to the immigrants, niggas still getting fucked up out here. What the fuck is y'all talking about? Huh? Let me tell y'all something. We always been the first of everything. We ain't sitting here relaxing. We just ain't gonna put our energy to that. We got too much shit going on out here right now. Let them people fight them battles. Let them people that practice anti-black hatred fight their own battles, bro. We ain't they daddy. They need to learn how to fight. See, they come from cultures where they want to worship white folks and shit. Now their feelings hurt, they don't know what to do. But the niggas in America been trying to tell them for decades, but they never want to listen. Black America, do not fall for this shit. Do not let these people guilt y'all. And be a fool out here, seeing a bunch of young black folks out here hollering, let them stop it, this is wrong, man. Fuck that. Fuck that shit. Don't listen to these people. These people get online sounding out intellectual. Now, black people, just as well as ICE is rounding all these people up and doing these horrible things to other groups of people, just keep in mind, black people, you are next. You are next. And what you think they're going to do to you? Man, you better sit your goof ass down. Heifer and nigga. Talking to the woman and the nigga. Talking that shit to me. The fuck wrong with you? That intellectual pseudo shit with the people with the bones and they know, what you call them, septum rings? We ain't listening to you niggas. Nobody ain't listening to y'all. Y'all ain't out there doing nothing. Go out there and get the septum ring pulled. Let me see let ICE pull your septum ring and see what y'all gonna do. Fuck out of here, bro. This is dangerous.
Your own communities, y'all said you had your own culture, separate from us. So now that you're in trouble, you want to claim blackness?
You want me to advocate for a group of people, for a community that, generally speaking, collectively, does not refer to themselves as black.
There is a real tension between the Black Americans and the Somali Americans, yes, after the recent political attack.
TikTok supports white supremacy, so do you, and I went to your following. And unsurprisingly, I saw all those conservatives that you were following. The black community is not attacking Somali people. This administration is attacking Somali people. The black community is calling out the Somali people like yourself that even though you are seeing this administration call you liars, thieves, criminals, and are trying to deport you, saying that your IQs are inherently low, you are on the internet talking about Black Americans. In fact, you don't have a video going over all the things this administration has said about your people. Instead, you have opted to demonize Black Americans. There are many definitions for what you are doing, but Black Americans have another word for this. I actually don't like that word.
Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking about the Somalians, the Somalian community, minority community in America right now. I mean, they've been making a lot of noise waves recently online, talking about reparations. So there's a very big rift now between the Black American community in America right now and the Somalian community in America right now. And guess what, guys? These guys are also demanding for reparations. These are the same guys who come online and they don't call themselves African. I mean, they have the same black skin as us, but they said they are not African, that they are just Somalians. So Somalians here in the United States are demanding for reparations. They say they are being targeted by immigration. They are being targeted by ICE in America right now. So they are demanding for the U.S. government to pay they are demanding for the U.S. government to pay for the stress that has been caused during the ICE protests in Minnesota. They are paying for everything the U.S. government has done for them, done to them during that period of time. The amount of stress that they went through, everything that happened to them during that period of time. They are demanding for the U.S. government to pay. I mean, these are guys who have a history of holding people hostage. I feel like these are the Somalians in America right now are also trying to play the victim card, and they're trying to hold the U.S. government hostage right now because they want them to pay reparations just like the Black communities. They are saying if they're trying to compare themselves to the Blacks, and then they're also saying if the Blacks can demand reparations for slavery, they can also demand reparations for all what the immigration officers have been doing to them during the ICE protests and mass immigrant deportation in America. I mean, that sounds really crazy, and they are saying the U.S. government is not doing enough for them. So these are the same people who are out there turning on their cameras on social media saying that the whites and the blacks should work for them, that they are not going to work in America, that the whites and blacks are there to work for them. I mean, they are so bold that they go on social media and say these things, and now they are being targeted. Their minority groups are being targeted by the State Department, and they are out there complaining. I mean, look at what is happening in Minnesota. Look at the empty daycare facilities that are in Minnesota that were discovered by this kid online. I think it's a blogger who went out there to Minnesota and exposed this Somalian community in Minnesota. I mean, these are people who open up daycares and they're asking for government funding. And at the end of the day, these guys aren't even doing anything. They're just receiving free government money from the U.S. government. And on top of that, they are also comparing themselves to the Black communities and saying that they are also demanding for reparations in America right now. I mean, it's really crazy. The hatred between the Somalians and the Black communities right now is something that is really growing by the day. And I think that this is an issue that we need to address right now. The Somalian community is really raging on the black community right now in the United States of America. So I just wanted to bring this out there to show you what's happening with the Somalian communities and the Black community right now in America. I wanted to see how they are treating the black community now in America, I mean, their own African brothers, their own African American brothers, is even some of them who are African Americans say they aren't African American, that they are Somalians. It means they are conscious of the fact that even though the Americans, even though they are in America, they are just here to rip people off so they can take the money back to Somalia. But guess what, guys? We are not seeing any development in their country. There's war every day. They don't want to go back to their countries. They keep stealing from people, the white folks and the black folks and the Latinos in America. And they have the nerve to come online and laugh at us. They have the nerve to come online and insult us on social media, telling us, making videos saying we are going to work for them, that we are there to work for them, and they are not going to do the work, and they are just going to sit and reap the fruits of our labor. I think that's really, really crazy, guys. So thanks for watching the video. Please comment, give me your thoughts in the comment section, like, subscribe, also turn on notification bell so that anytime I release a new video, you will be the first person to receive